Hi, I'm Towan Isom, and welcome to my channel. There's been a lot of talk about the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle campaign. And the one thing that people really don't get is that campaign was brilliant. So there's several things you need to look at when you're building a campaign. One, you need to look at what we call earned media. So oftentimes campaigns are focused more so just on paid media, like traditional advertising, what people pay for. That's why it's called paid media. But there are three other media types. There's shared media, which is typically digital and social media. There's also owned media, which you create, a lot of content creators. That's owned media, what I'm doing now. And then last, but certainly the most difficult to achieve is earned media. The purpose of earned media is to generate any new media attention, what we call now in the digital space going viral. But there is a word for that. In the traditional terms of marketing and media, it's called earned media. And earned media is what you do not pay for. It's what you generate by word of mouth, by going viral, by having other people talk about you, sometimes by bringing on controversy. That's the reason why this campaign was so freaking magnificent. It was magnificent because when you look at the campaign itself, it did three different things. The first thing it did is it nailed its audience. Now, we know that people were kind of pissed off because they felt that this was good genes by America's standard, being white, being blonde, being blue eyes. But reality is she's a hottie. She's cute, she's talented, and she's hella funny. I like her. But many people were upset because they felt that she generated and represented like white America or the America that the mainstream is trying to put out there. She does. I'm not mad with that. But what they also did not do is they did not consider what American Eagle, what their print campaign has always been historically. Their campaign has always been about a certain look. It is the kids of high earners. That when you look at American Eagle, everyone is attractive. Now, yes, they did lean in to the white, blonde, and blue-eyed example for America. Okay, that is part of America. But in this follow-up campaign that they did, they also focused on Travis Casey, and he's fine too. But like, look at all of the people in the new campaign. There is diversity, and then it represents a look. It's the look of people and kids and children of people who are high net worth. Like when you see these kids, you cannot even in your mind doubt that they don't come from money. And that's the image that they're selling. That's the image of what they want America to look like. Now, you can like it or hate it, but they made a whole lot of money. Their stock prices went up. And you know why? It's not because they were just pushing the white American narrative. It went up because it was a hell of a good campaign. What made it a great campaign was one, they knew their audience. They knew exactly who they were trying to reach. They knew exactly what they wanted that look of that campaign to be. They're known for their genes. I mean, she nailed it. The other thing they did that was really great is they knew it was going to be viral. So oftentimes when I'm talking to my clients, one of the things that I always try to get them to understand and consider is when you're doing any kind of marketing campaign, yes, you can know your audience, but there are other things that you have to consider as well. And oftentimes what we do is we look at the PESTLE, PESTLE, like what's going on politically, what's going on economically, socially, in the culture to help frame the marketing campaign. So they knew that with everything that's going on now, with this administration, with people feeling like being woke, they knew this campaign was going to go viral because they knew as soon as they put good genes and a white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes in that campaign ad, that there was going to be so much viral blowback that it was going to generate so much earned media in the campaign. And that's exactly what it did. It generated tremendous amount of earned media. That was the job of the campaign. In addition to that, what it also did is it played off this narrative of the anti-woke, anti-being inclusive, anti-being anything other than mainstream America. And so what happened? People who are pissed about too much DEI, too much inclusivity, too much of everything else, right? I don't know if it was just that it wasn't or just it's too much. that also played into the narrative as well when it came to the campaign. So some of the purchases and the stock price was just blowback to what's going on with Target and the Black community. But the campaign itself, it was spot on with their brand. They stayed on brand, they did a fantastic job, and they saw the impact in their stock prices. I'm not mad at the campaign. I think it was brilliantly executed. And you know that they stayed true to their brand because what they did was after launching that first series of ads and campaigns with Sydney Sweeney, what they did, the follow-up campaign, which you see in some of the videos I'm going to show you next, is they really focused on bringing inclusivity, which really wasn't anti-inclusivity in the first place. It just, they're saying that good genes look like this. Good genes are tall, good genes are people who look healthy, well. Good genes are what they consider all Americans. Very seldom are you going to good genes, no pun intended, in an American Eagle campaign with a bunch of tattoos and some of the other stuff because that's not their brand. Now, whether it's something I like or not, my brand, I like other brands. But as far as that brand itself, whoever is executing their marketing, their branding, their advertising strategy, I don't know if they do it in-house or through an agency, they did a fantastic job because you know what? They were able to spend the money that they had. And I know they had a multiple of like 4 to 6 times with that ad campaign. Their earned media strategy was game changer. And I'm just saying, Cracker Barrel could have taken a lesson from them, but we'll talk about them in another case study. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And really always remember when you're doing a campaign, you want to look at what kind of earned media can you generate from your little bitty dollar. So if you're spending $1 million, or even if you just have 10,000 hell, or either 1,000, figure out a way to go viral to get that additional earned media traffic. And when you're trying to figure out how to go viral and what other things you can do, think about how can you leverage politics, how can you level what's going on socially, how can you level what's going on environmentally in your campaigns, and tie that together because that's going to help you really build a campaign that transcends culture and not only transcends culture, but leverages culture. Culture is always at the backdrop of any campaign that you're creating, no matter what. So when the tide changes, whoever's in office next, if we do have someone in office, I don't know. That's not for me to talk about on this channel, but all that just to say, constantly remember who your audience is and what can you leverage that's going on now, whether it's being woke or I probably wouldn't do that. Anti-woke, might want to lean in on that right now and couple that with how can you generate some kind of additional earned media. I am so thankful that you just decided to stop by and join my channel. I'll be doing other case studies. If you want me to dissect a particular brand and give you my feedback, definitely let me know. But when I tell you that they nailed it, they nailed it. That's why their stock prices went up. That's why they're the brand to watch right now. And that's why I think you need to really lean in on what are you going to do from an earned media perspective, looking at what's going on culturally and how can you leverage that, the politics of today, things going on in society, how can you leverage all of that in your marketing, your advertising, and your brand strategy. Thanks. Have an amazing and blessed day.